One of the most famous movie franchises, the Transformers, hasn't seen the big screen in almost 5 years, but it's back and bigger than ever. Paramount released the first teaser trailer for Transformers Rise of the Beasts. To find out the release date, production information, and what to expect from the movie, watch this video for complete details. First up, a little on Transformers' last movie, Bumblebee. Bumblebee completely revitalized the Transformers series by making the radical choice to create a film that is both entertaining and excellent to watch. Optimus Prime sent B-127, a robot soldier with the exact coloration and facial features of a bumblebee, but without the moniker Bumblebee, to Earth in search of a secure outpost. B-127 crashed in the middle of a Sector 7 training exercise that was led by Lieutenant Jack Burns, who actor John Cena depicted. B-127 was blindsided by a Decepticon, Blitzwing by name. B-127 was able to repel his adversary, but Blitzwing ripped out the Autobot's mechanical speech box. B-127 analyzed a neighboring Volkswagen Beetle before it shut down, since his voice had disappeared and his memory core and battery reserve were running low. Charlie, a former competitive diver, is an 18-year-old living in San Francisco whose mother Sally moved on to a bearded boyfriend named Ron after her father passed away from a heart attack. Charlie's late father instilled in her a passion for auto repair, prompting her to discover a junkyard and an ancient rusted yellow VW Beetle. Charlie then repaired the Autobot's voice box using a car radio so it could communicate and named it Bumblebee. A pair of Decepticons named Dropkick and Shatter were onto Bumblebee. The two invaded Earth, destroying buildings, automobiles, and the entire plot of Dark of the Moon, where the Autobots needed a ship to travel through space. Dr. Powell persuaded the military that siding with the massive, deadly war machines over basic common sense would probably not have any bad consequences, causing Jack Burns to rank among the top 10 favorite characters in all of cinema for pointing out that the aliens identifying themselves as Decepticons was not okay. Dropkick and Shatter used information on a drive to learn that Optimus Prime was on his way to Earth after Sector 7 kidnapped Bumblebee. With their mission accomplished, the Decepticons revealed their true colors and attempted to send a signal into space to inform the rest of their clan that Earth was ready for the killing of its populace. The only beings on Earth aware of what was happening were Bumblebee, Charlie, and Memo, who collaborated to stop the Decepticons. Up next, everything we know about Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Transformers Rise of the Beasts is the 7th entry in the live-action film series, which debuted with the collection of high-action, high-bayhem successes directed by Michael Bay. The movie's initial trailer, which debuted at the beginning of December, showed a new species of shape-shifting robots, including the Gorilla Guy, and a global journey intended to be a prequel to Bumblebee. What's the plot of Transformers Rise of the Beasts? In 1994, a few years after Bumblebee's 1987 setting, and before the Michael Bay-produced film, Transformers Rise of the Beasts took place. To release the first information about the movie, producer Lorenzo Di Bonaventura and director Stephen Caple Jr. took part in a moderated discussion back in June 2021. They declared that the main character was still Optimus Prime. Di Bonaventura said he was fresh to the planet. He wasn't as connected to the Earth as in the Bay movie and the animated series, where he was already a guardian of the planet. He added that the film gave a clear depiction of why he had a connection to humanity and why he had a connection to Earth. The Autobots, like Bumblebee, and their primary foes, the Decepticons, will both be present in Rise of the Beasts, but as a war between them begins, we'll also encounter the Maximals, Predacons, and Terrorcons. The commander of the Terrorcons is a bad guy named Scourge, who likes to collect Autobots and Maximals and exhibit them as trophies. Di Bonaventura noted that Scourge is like a living testament to his wreaked destruction. He pulls the insignias off the robots he killed and fuses them onto him. This is one of the fascinating elements that Stephen came up with. Caple continued that he wanted to explore more terror in this one and have people leap out of their seats. When is the debut of Transformers Rise of the Beasts? The current release date for Transformers Rise of the Beasts is June 9th, 2023. Next, what are Maximals, Predacons, and Terrorcons? Let's start with Maximals, or more specifically, what the enormous robotic gorilla is. The Maximals were initially portrayed as the Autobots' offspring, who, like their ancestors, could change into various forms. These beginnings might be changed for the movie. The Maximals take on animal shapes, unlike the Autobots, who frequently take the likeness of cars, aircraft, and other similar vehicles. Caple claimed they are prehistoric animals traveling across time and space and arriving on Earth. Optimus Primal is the Maximals' leader. He takes the form of a gorilla. According to Caple, he is the Maximals' living, beating heart. He said, when compared to what Prime is to the Autobots, he's that to the Maximals. He is older on purpose, and he looks after his own. A couple more Maximals were shown in the Rise of the Beasts trailer. One of them is Cheetor, a giant robot cheetah. According to Caple, in addition to Cheetor is Rhinox, who can transform into a rhinoceros. Rhinox is the Maximals' brains and the group's muscles. Di Bonaventura said in an earnest, non-sexual innuendo manner that he wanted to ram things. He's always going to be the one to ask if he could do ram things. Another Maximal revealed for the cast of the movie is Airazor, who can transform into a huge huge mech peregrine hawk. Capel said she's still a beast underneath her exquisite design and could be nurturing, but don't test her. Predacons are the Maximals' enemies, comparable to the conflict between the Autobots and the Decepticons. According to Capel, when they debut in Rise of the Beasts, the Predacons have a more reptilian appearance. He added that they intensely focus on their insignia and tribe, since they've never had an opportunity to do that, even though they've been everywhere. According to Di Bonaventura, the Predacons and the Beasts are natural foes, while the Terrorcons and the Autobots conflict with one another. He said they get to pair everyone against one another, making it a great conclusion and epic Transformers experience. Next, what is the basis for any of this? The Transformers series, the first in the brand to use computer-generated animation, debuted in the 1990s on the Saturday morning Fox Kids television lineup, which also housed programs like Power Rangers and Bobby's World. The Maximals and Predacons were initially introduced in the Beast Wars franchise, which had a flagship series of its own. After the original Transformers, Beast Wars is set hundreds of years in the future. The Autobots and Decepticons gave rise to the Maximals and Predacons. Small squads from each side crashed, landed on an unknown planet, and had to fight each other while figuring out how to go home. There were a variety of Predacons, such as Scorponok, which assumes a scorpion figure, Tarantulas, and Waspinator, which takes a wasp figure, as well as Maximal, including Tigatron, which assumes a tiger figure, Rat Trap, which assumes a rat figure, and Black Arachnia, which takes a Black Widow spider figure. Finally, the cast in Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Peter Cullen, who has long provided the voice of Optimus Prime for animated Transformers films and video games, is reprising the role in Rise of the Beasts. A veteran of Saturday Night Live and seasoned celebrity dater Pete Davidson plays Mirage, an Autobot with the ability to transform into a Porsche 911. Mirage will have a little bit of trouble with Optimus Prime and the rest of the squad, according to Capel, who called Mirage the rebel in the group and more of an outlaw. He was referred to as anti-authority by Di Bonaventura. The primary female Autobot, RC, who can transform into a Ducati 916 motorcycle, is voiced by Liza Koshy. Capel stated that she is aggressive and adamant. He added that she is a fiercely devoted soldier to Prime and occasionally serves as the voice of reason. Cristo Fernandez as Wheeljack and John DiMaggio as Stratosphere and Transit complete the Autobots. Perlman portrays Optimus Primal for Team Maximal. David Sobolov assumes the role of Rhinox, and Michelle Yeoh takes on the role of Airazor. Now to the villains. Scourge is voiced by Game of Thrones alum Peter Dinklage. His Terrorcons will include Sobolov as Battletrap, a tow truck transforming character, and Poe's Golden Globe winner Michaela J. Rodriguez as Nightbird, Scourge's right hand. Anthony Ramos from In the Heights and Dominic Fishback from Judas and the Black Messiah appear in human form. Ramos portrays Noah Diaz, a former soldier from Brooklyn who now resides in New York City and is a bit of an electrical whiz. Elena Wallace, a museum employee and artifact researcher, is portrayed by Fishback. Toby Nwigwe plays the role of Reek. With the release date of Transformers: Rise of the Beasts being June 9th, 2023, you should rewatch the previous Transformers series to understand better what will be happening in the new release. Tell us what you think in the comment section. Do not forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.